Recently, Nas sat down with Rolling Stone, Andre G to be exact, and spoke about many different things. But in particular, he spoke about Kendrick Lamar and what he means to hip hop. Andre G, who happens to be the interviewer once again, asked him a question related to 2006 Hip Hop is Dead and Kendrick's Watch the Party Die, which came out maybe a year and a half ago, or maybe last year if I'm not mistaken. And Nas just went on to give a glowing review or uplift Kendrick. This is what he stated. We all as artists love this art form and have our opinions on it. Kendrick is one of the brightest stars we've ever seen. And I don't only mean superstar, I mean like the North Star. I think he's one of those. Out of all the artists in the business, there's some that's not here for the art. When we see those people that are not here for the art damaging it, you're hurting the future of the art. So I think artists like Kendrick are going to speak out. I'm well aware that most of you are hip hop heads, hip hop junkies, you've been in the culture for quite some time, but keep in mind, Hip Hop is Dead came out in 2006. Next year, that's 20 years, 2 decades, so we gotta give some back history. For those who were very young or not introduced to hip hop at the time, when that album came out, this was around the time of like ringtone rap, or probably a little later. Commercial music was prevalent. And you know, Nas had some things to say. Everyone didn't agree with it. Some people even came out in defense of the South, like Jeezy, who felt like Nas was saying some derogatory things or negative things about the South. And industry was pretty much in an uproar. But I don't think Nas meant it in a negative way. In hindsight, we know that. He was just talking about his beloved hip hop and what it was turning out to be. The new sound, I don't think he was hating, but the essence was missing. Storytelling, competition in a sense, and just the spirit and the truth, right? But now in 2024, with Kendrick Watch the Party Die, it's the same things pretty much being mentioned, but rebranded. Instead of fighting against ringtone rap, now the algorithm, everyone's favorite word, would be the nemesis for many. But let's talk about what really matters. When asked about the overlap between the two songs, Nas did what he typically does when it comes to Kendrick. He showed pure respect. And that speaks volumes, you know? That Kendrick is seemed to be that guy or to have that respect from icons within the culture. He called him the North Star. Think about that. Not a superstar, the North Star. When we think about the North Star, it guides. It's not just the light, it guides everyone, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't chase light. It's the pinnacle, it's the standard. Kendrick is a real protector of the art, and Nas understands that because he's a true artist in himself, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my estimation, the best ever. And they take chances. They're not just rappers, they're artists. Artistic value matters. Like, we need to have artists at the forefront because when we aren't pushing the envelope in great positive ways, the sound gets dominated with individuals who are trying to not only dominate the charts, but you're damaging the future. And Kendrick doesn't stand for that. He's the polar opposite. And I think that's what Nas sees in him based on these quotes that he's made. And we got to keep in mind that change isn't always evolution. In my estimation, evolution should be moving forward, progression in a sense. And the beautiful thing about Nas and Kendrick is that they're not anti-evolution. Same with Kendrick, like I stated. His issue isn't change, it's the emptiness within music. A lot of rappers' music are empty calories. That's why they're just rappers and they don't transition to artists. May not agree with what I'm saying, but it's the truth. Artists who stand the test of time, their music feeds you. It's not just filler. And that's once again why Nas probably feels as though Kendrick is the North Star, because look at his discography. He's taking chances. He checks all boxes. Whatever the industry said he couldn't do, he's done it in his own way. It's amazing how someone can give, I don't know, a couple of quotes in an interview and you could even do content based on that because there's so many deeper layers within what they're saying. Nas and Kendrick, they see things through a cultural lens. It's more of a we instead of an I. We need more of that. Hip hop started as truth telling, being rebellious to a sense, but not idiotic, storytelling, personal, while also speaking about societal issues. When that message dwindled or went away, for terms, for lack of a better term, clout chasing, something sacred got lost. It became empty once again. I think that's the perfect adjective for what I'm speaking about. A bunch of empty calories. But these two individuals, both artists, represent two eras that they refuse to allow to get hijacked. And some people love them for that, and many people detest them for that very thing. But I think the true lovers of hip hop can somehow appreciate what they've brought to the game. And I love to see the OGs looking back and showing love to the younger individuals. Even though Kendrick is 38 years old now, he's not a rookie, he's a seasoned vet. But I've always liked the fact that Nas had an affinity for what he brought to the game. And that's something that we can all aspire to implement. I love the fact that both of them, Nas and Kendrick, they don't use Twitter or Instagram per se as an avenue to just say a bunch of things and not stand by what they mean, you know what I'm saying? They allow their music to be the platform in which they utilize to protest. So it's not a bunch of tweets and think pieces, it's actually the work being put in. So all in all, as someone who loves hip hop, just hearing that quote and, you know, just pinpointing that, I think Nas sees in Kendrick what many pioneers of hip hop saw in Nas early on, you know, the mission to preserve hip hop and keep its integrity, but not be frozen in time. There's nothing wrong with evolution. We can't lose the core of it all, you know what I'm saying? So the overlap between 2006 Hip Hop Is Dead and Watch the Party Die isn't just based on theme or a concept. Accountability for everyone, calling it out, because when they call out certain things like hip hop is dead, I don't think it's singling out any individuals. If you're hip hop, you're a part of the entire culture. So it's only right that you call out certain things and go back to the drawing board and say, you know what, we should change this. But so many people get offended, you know, and that's why the music remains stagnant for many, empty calories and lack of evolution. Individuals like Nas and Kendrick are a reminder to some people that you have to evolve, and they don't want to do that. And that's why there's always tension. That's why there's always individuals with sly remarks. And that's why there's always individuals using their favorite word, hater, because there's no other way to really articulate what they're feeling, because it's complete nonsense. So shout out to Nas, shout out to Kendrick Lamar, shout out to all the hip hop heads, the lovers of hip hop, the supporters of hip hop. I appreciate you all out there. Don't forget to hit the like button. And lastly, let me know what you think about Nas's remarks in the Rolling Stone article written by Andre G. As always, this is your man, Ease, the Ease Experience. Remember, you can achieve anything in this world through sheer hard work and patience. God is the greatest. Go get yours. Yeah.